Hello everyone and welcome to CineQuest video. My name is Ray and I'll be doing a quick review of the movie Ash. Ash is a 2025's psychological science fiction horror, cosmic horror, monster horror, alien horror movie that was directed by Flying Lotus. I had no idea who Flying Lotus was before this movie, and glad I found out because one of the things that intrigued me or that kept me engaged with this movie was the soundtrack. I really dig all the synthy stuff. I'm a very simple person, and if there's synth music that kind of reminds me of something from the 80s or something John Carpenter like, I'm gonna be into it. So Ash is about a woman who wakes up on a distant planet and finds that the crew of her space station are all dead. And then she continues to investigate. All this terrifying stuff starts to happen in a very slow, subtle way in the very beginning until, there's a payoff in the end. This movie stars Isa Gonzalez and Aaron Paul. You know Aaron Paul from Breaking Bad. I'm not familiar with Isa Gonzalez's work or past filmography, so she's new to me. I didn't know anything about this movie going into it, so everything else was kind of just me experiencing it cold for the first time. This movie is reminiscent of a John Carpenter, The Thing, or the movie Event Horizon, or any sort of like a dark space, sci-fi, alien uh, type of film, and I'm a sucker for those. So like this was right up my alley. Although this movie is a bit of a slow burn, you kind of don't really get too much with the characters necessarily. There's not much character development, but we do kind of see kind of a gradual progression on the relationship between some of the characters, but they're already dead by the time the movie starts. So everything becomes unraveled through like flashbacks or like visions. All in all, I would say I really enjoyed this movie. As far as a rating was concerned, I'd probably give it a good solid 6.5 out of 10. Um, the Flying Lotus, as I think this is his first movie directing. I'm not too sure. I didn't really look any of that up, but I think there's a lot of potential. And if this is kind of the direction he's going with, and also providing the soundtrack is what got me. I'm really into it. I've been listening to that soundtrack for the past few days since I saw the movie. Also, my theater experience was just me solo in the theater by myself. Unfortunately, there was no one else in the theater. Uh, I say unfortunately, but better for me because that was the theater experience I was needing. Dead center, taking it all in. That was a bit of a factor in me really enjoying this movie. I would say if you're a fan of like John Carpenter or like any sort of those kind of space, those really dark psychological space, claustrophobic type of films, I think this is a good one, and I think this is something that you would enjoy.